Do you know there is a place in Pennsylvania where people swear the forest itself opens into another world? A place so feared that locals refuse to go there after sunset? Year 1940s, Hellam Township, York County. A quiet piece of rural Pennsylvania, until the strange reports began. For decades, people living near the woods talked about the same thing. Growls that moved between the trees, lights that had no source, heavy footsteps circling anyone who stepped too deep. And the strangest part? Everyone said the air changed the farther you walked, as if each section of the forest belonged to a different world. Most brushed it off as superstition, until they found the structure, a tall, rusted iron gate standing deep in the woods. No house, no road, nothing else around it, just one gate leading nowhere. People called it Gate 1. After that discovery, dozens of stories surfaced. Some swore they found a second gate. Others claimed they saw as many as 5. And some insisted that all 7 revealed themselves only at night, but only to certain people. Visitors reported the same pattern. The deeper they went, the colder the air felt, the darker the woods became, and the more the world behind them seemed to disappear. People said the silence felt unnatural, too still, too hollow, as if something was waiting. Some hikers turned back after hearing low growling that followed them step for step. Others described whispered voices from different directions at once. A few said they felt an invisible force tug their clothes as if pulling them forward. But the most disturbing reports came from those who saw the last gate, an old stone arch standing in complete darkness, colder than winter air, motionless, silent, too perfect to be natural. Those who claimed they reached it said they felt something behind that final arch. Not a creature, not a ghost, but a place that was not part of this world. Most ran. A few did not return. Locals named it the 7 Gates of Hell. For years, people believed an asylum once stood here and burned down, releasing the patients into the woods. But no records were ever found. No blueprints, no fire reports, no trace of a building that large. So where did the gates come from? Here is where the story shifts. Old township files mention a man from the early 1900s, a reclusive landowner and experimenter named Dr. T.K. Eisenhower. He owned a massive piece of forest land and spent years building unexplained structures in the woods. He was obsessed with the idea that certain locations acted like crossing points between worlds. When he died, his property was abandoned. The forest swallowed everything. Locals say the gates were not meant to keep something out. They were meant to keep something in. Today, only the first gate is visible to everyone. The others appear and disappear depending on the person, the night, and the silence of the woods. People who go searching after dark come back pale, shaking, and unable to explain what they saw. They say the forest bends in impossible ways. They say the air feels thinner. They say the ground goes silent. And they all describe the same final warning. When you reach the last gate, do not step through. Do not look behind it, and never call out a name, because something will answer. No one knows what Dr. Eisenhower tried to contain, and no one has been brave enough to find out. But locals still whisper the same thing. If you ever walk those woods at night, and the trees suddenly go silent, you may already be inside the first gate. You survived this legend, but the next spooky Earth story will test your courage.